Hey guys!
Hey.
Welcome to W&L Review. Today we are reviewing the movie Spider-Man. It was made in 2002 and it's rated PG-13. Sorry. It was directed by Sam Rammy? Sure.
Yeah.
And it stars Toby Maguire as Spider-Man, of course. James Franco as Harry Osborn. Kristen Dunst, yes, as Mary Jane, and Willem Dafoe. Willem, that's what I said. Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin. I can't speak today. And with that being said, I'll let my mom explain the movie.
All right. Okay. So, this is an older movie, but older but good. It's good. I promise. And in my opinion, it's the better of the Spider-Man movies. I mean, these older ones. Anyway, it starts off with Toby Maguire, who's kind of a goofball. He's kind of a dork, a nerd. I should know. Anyway, he's kind of like, he has his heart set on Mary Jane, who's played by Kirsten Dunst, and she's popular, she's pretty, and he's not. He's just not. Anyway, he has his heart set on her, but he never has the courage to say anything or let her know. They end up going on a field trip, his class, and Mary Jane is in the class, and same for Harry, excuse me. I'm just throwing different names at you just see if you're awake. Anyway, and his other fellow classmates are there. Anyways, this is a museum-ish type place, and they have these hybrid spiders, and this is where Peter Parker, who is Spider-Man, turns out to be Spider-Man, but he's there and taking pictures for the school school yearbook and stuff, and he gets bit by this one of the hybrid spiders, and he gets a big nasty big old nasty spider bite on his hand, which is looks really nasty gnarly. And then he wears glasses. And then overnight, he doesn't need his glasses anymore. He gets muscles. He muscles on muscles, and he becomes this hunk of a guy. I mean, hello. I'm sorry, but he did. Anyway, then he's at school, and he has spidey senses, and so he can see and hear and know when things are going to happen before they're happening. And Mary Jane walks by in the cafeteria, and she slips on some spilt something, juice or something, and he catches her, and he catches her tray and everything, and she's totally enamored, what, how did you? And he just kind of, still being kind of the nerd that he has always been, kind of smiles it off and just doesn't really know what to say. And in the meantime, he is starting to change. His body is starting to change even more, and he decides he wants to go and go wrestle to earn some money. Well, they get the pull in for getting people into this wrestling match. Is they say you're going to win $500. So he's like, oh yeah, sure, I'm going to go do that. And they only paid him $50?
Something like that.
Something like that. And James Franco, he plays Harry Osborn. He's Peter Parker's best friend. And he ends up, because Peter won't take a chance and say anything to Mary Jane, he takes a chance and asks Mary Jane out himself. So then it's this whole thing there. And Willem Dafoe plays Harry's dad, Mr. Osborn, a.k.a. the Green Goblin. And he's a scientist, and he's this, he's trying to do this for our Air Force or some...
Yeah, for our army.
Yeah. Anyway, and they're like, we're not giving you any more money. We've pulled the funding from this, we're done. And he decides he's going to continue the work on it, and he ends up killing his second-hand man, but he didn't realize he did that. It was kind of a oops thing. He became the Green Goblin, and of course, he wasn't really, I don't know. He wasn't really the Green Goblin at that point. He was just some, psycho nutjob guy kind of thing. And didn't really, kind of lost track of who he was, and then killed his second-hand guy. And then killed these military guys that pulled the funding. So then he turns into this Green Goblin dude, and he's like this meanie pants.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, Harry and Mary Jane have now been dating for a while, and Peter doesn't know anything about Harry and Mary Jane dating, and the father says, I wish Harry would tell me who he's dating, and Peter's going, I have no idea, and find out that it's Mary Jane. Then there's this big kind of a parade type thing, and Harry decides he's going to bring Mary Jane to meet his father, and his father's not there. And who does show up is some of these other people that work for the company that, well, let's just say this. This is the company that this man, Mr. Osborn, started, and then these people decided to kind of pull a dirty birdie, and they decided to kick him out of the company, and it was like,
and sell the company.
Yeah, and sell the company. It's like, well, I could see why he was mad. He had some anger issues. Anyway, he ends up coming to this parade thing as the Green Goblin, and he wreaks havoc, and Mary Jane and Harry are on this balcony way up high, and he hits the balcony, and it starts to crumble. Well, Mary Jane almost falls to her death, but she luckily doesn't, because Spider-Man comes, yay, and saves the day. It is, I would say, very much, it is very action-packed. So if you have anybody that likes action movies, this is right down their alley, up their alley, down, up, wherever. Anyway, it's for them. They can watch it. I say that it says PG-13, but I think you could probably, littler ones could probably watch it, although maybe not too much younger, because, I don't know, maybe the Green Goblin guy might scare the little one. Although, there's some movies nowadays that I would think that would scare kids, that they have ratings on it. I'm like, wow. So, he kind of makes your own judgment on that one. But I think it'd be it's a good movie for all, really, in my opinion. For what that's worth. I don't think you really need to worry about anything. There's no anything bad that I could think of. Might be a little bit of language maybe, but I don't think there's anything too terrible bad. It's action packed. So, if you like any kind of Marvel comic type, any kind of Marvel comics, most likely you'll like this.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot think of anything else to say, so I will leave it to you.
I know I really enjoyed the film. I watched it for the first time a very long time ago when I was a little kid, and I was fine watching it. Then again, I was a little different for a little kid. I could handle some things that a lot of little kids probably couldn't have. So, there's that. But I've always liked Spider-Man. He's always been my favorite of all the superheroes, probably because he was like one of the first ones I actually got into watching.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you guys haven't watched it, I don't know where you've been. You should watch this. It's good. And, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you want to tell us what you think about Spider-Man, well, let us know in the comments down below. And thank you to all of you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and coming back and watching our videos. And with that being said, guys, we're going to talk to you next time.
Bye!